we sure had an interesting end the last session.
Yes.
During the trek through, let's see, through the woods and then up into Crestwood Mountains, back behind the lake there, while approaching the first mountain peak in the snow, with the snow falling fairly heavily, the party came across what appeared to be an old village. No survivors, no one living here. Population 0, sans all these skeletons, Aarakocra skeletons found buried under the snow. While the party was doing certain investigations around this, mysterious town here that's been something happened to it, they heard the large wings of a dragon fly down and land on a ledge just above them at the very peak of the mountain, and essentially looking at them as though they are dinner. And as the dragon said something to that effect, he looked at Dina and said, I think, something like, "Join me for dinner then." As in, let's dine together. And it started sliding down the side of the mountain toward some rock and debris falling as the dragon slides down. A quick tip for players: if you open up your character sheet and double click on your token, it'll bring you right into the map that your token is in.
Wait, if you double click on your what?
Token at the top right of your character sheet.
Did you share out the map?
Yes. Called Mountain Path.
Because I'm double clicking on my character.
Yeah, I have folders and fantasy portraits.
That's okay. I will share it.
Oh, are you talking about the?
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
it's loading.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
There may be more of me.
Whee!
Whoa. Right, why are you so big?
Huge.
Nice, yeah.
Fantasy Grounds is being very slow to respond for me, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Fantasy Grounds is always slow to respond.
Fair enough.
I will have to agree, is a little bit more than normal, though. No, I don't want to point. Oh, no, I want to zoom out. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Come on, Fantasy Ground. All right, let's see.
Okay. There I am. I think I came up to here. I was.
Yes, that's right. Yep, you were nice and close. No one is close enough to have to worry about any of the debris. The dragon is mostly for visual. As the dragon is sliding down, let me zoom in a little bit here for our viewers so we can get a better idea of what's going on. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, all right. There's really no one has any sort of a surprise around. The dragon was talking, and I believe that Dina, you turned to face the party. You responded to the dragon, and then turned and faced the party, right?
Something like that. Yeah, basically it was like, hey guys, we're gonna have dinner with the dragon tonight.
Nice. All right, go ahead and roll your initiatives then, and I will get Aries.
Well, why are we rolling initiative? We're having dinner with him.
Nice.
Oh,
come on, Chief.
What was that?
That was an 8. That's the sound an 8 makes.
No, you're.
Well, still better than me.
Which one's the initiative die?
It says init, like right in the middle, next to like
on
your
the main
health and
sheet?
stuff.
Oh, there it is.
AC and seed.
Ooh.
The one time. See?
Nice.
It just comes naturally.
That's awesome. Okay. So is this dragon sliding down lands on the ground. Some snow puffs up into the air. The light powdery snow that's landed on top of this heavy snow. I haven't had sleep in so long. Okay, and it starts, right? Walking toward each of you. And Rhea, you are up first.
Oh no. Okay. And he looks hungry, right?
Yeah, does not look in any mood to be like, hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, okay.
Except maybe to Dina.
Except for maybe to Dina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am going to 10, 15, 20, 25. And is he up higher than we are right now?
He just landed even with you guys now.
Just landed even. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to check a thingy.
Wow, Ari got
Okay.
horrible initiative.
Okay, I will move up next to him and pop out the psychic claws, I guess. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And we're all by ourselves, right? Okay, so I need to... Why can't I target you? Okay, there we go. And I'm so sorry, guys. I wasn't prepared to go first with a 15, so I thought I'd be a little bit more.
No worries.
Let me just see what happens. Okay. Wait.
As you
So how
approach
do
it, okay.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
If you have a question, I'm.
Oh, I just wanted to know, how do I use the psychic eye? I know how to use like my dagger and stuff, because that just has a die attached to it. Do I just roll my
Do I have it in
D6?
here? No, click the little magnifying glass, and it'll have an
Okay.
attack that you can.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
And then the actual damage.
Okay. So I need. Oh, I guess.
Ooh, just misses. You come down, it just scratches like nails across a chalkboard, across the scales.
Oh no. Okay. And then I guess I will bonus action dash, so I can go. So I have 5 more feet of move. No, come on. Why can't
Oh right, you have that automatic like disengage. You have
Yes.
the thing that's okay.
Yes. Why can't? Oh, is it because I'm targeting him? Is that why I can't move?
I don't know. Hang on, let me put this up here. How's that?
Let's see here. No, it keeps, even though I'm hovering over me, it says I'm hovering over the red dragon.
I'll move you like a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit here.
Okay, thanks. There we go. Thank you. So there's 5 right there, and then I'll dash back 30. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You notice as you stepped up and approached the dragon, it has way down at the base of its throat where it meets the chest underneath there's this low idling grumble, almost like for us like an idling engine, a throaty engine.
Okay. Glad I separated myself then. And then I'll say, Dina, what are we doing?
I don't know. You just attacked it.
Well,
I look at the dragon. I'm like, I don't know why she did that. And I'm talking to him in Draconic. You must. They're frightened. I apologize.
My dice. I don't have my dice. Shame on me.
Tisk.
He seems to be so wrapped up in this, he doesn't quite catch or respond yet. He rolled so poorly. And he's just, after being slashed, kind of looking at where Rhea went and looking back at the rest of the group. He charges forward.
Please don't go for me. Please don't.
And
Actually,
I can't move yet to put myself between
I'm
you
not
guys.
checking.
he takes like 2 steps forward, crunches on some of the Aarakocra bones, like, and opens up his wings, and they go out a good, 50, 60 feet wide wingspan, and flies up over you. And 50. And lands just behind Airy, Falcon, Axel, and Demalius.
Yeah.
And snow flies up in their faces. Perched on here. Okay. This will be fun.
Oh God.
I don't like this
fun,
one.
said the DM.
All right.
You had to attack him. You couldn't just wait till I got.
He looked
He had
hungry.
the-
I
Yeah,
asked.
he was really hungry.
He
Yeah.
He hadn't attacked us yet. Tina's just standing back now, just like.
Oh no. Okay. He lands on this stone and stands up like on his rear legs and his wings tucked behind him. You'd see the cold air sort of drawing into his nose with the snow and everything pulling into his nostrils, and then leans forward and lets out this roar of fire.
Ah.
All right, let's see. Here's the saves. Oh, please tell me we had some successes.
Wait. Auto fail?
Yeah, let me see what you've got. Oh. I'm going to do yours again because you have an effect on you still. You've got the unconscious effect. All right. In fact,
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we haven't done combat since.
Axel saved. Malagus did not. Harry did not. I'm just going to have him do. Let me see if I can make him do it just on. Actually, go ahead and. Go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw, Kev.
How do I do that?
It messed up. Oh, it's on your main character sheet on the right-hand side. It'll say, like, dex under saves.
Oh, save.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Right. So I'm actually going to give you half your health back after it does this. So for Dina and Rhea, you see as this fire comes out, it just turning all the snowfall that's picked up a bit and all the mist of the snow up in the air has been kicked up just into mist and steam all around this huge torrent, conical shaped blast of fire. Oh, so nice.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, you rolled really well too. Okay, but
it still is counting me as unconscious.
well, no, it just knocked you unconscious now.
Oh, it did enough.
So that would be
Oh my god.
Valken by 4. So Valken, you're not. It did half to Axel, but he failed.
Had to put us against the dragon.
You've got this. You've got this. This is just his start off thing. Not everything he can do is like this. All right, so Valken, you got instead, that would have been 17. So you get, so there's full.
Wait, status dying? What?
Okay. There you go. Let me remove the unconscious from you, Valken. So you're hurt, but not unconscious.
Okay.
And it kind of looks around. Let's see who fell. That's right near him. Airy and Valken leans down and starts sniffing the two of them because they smell pretty good cooked. And Thaxel's up next.
Oh god. Oh, crap. So I'm saying how many people are down? 3?
3 people.
Are unconscious?
Yep,
3 people
Demaligus
are down.
fell. Oh no, I'm sorry, Demaligus and Airy. That's it. But they're right in
Oh,
front of him.
Valken's
They're
not
the ones
down.
who's sniffing, yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
did Malgus get wounded? Or.
He's unconscious, as well as Aerie.
Okay.
Can I just real quick just be like, hands are raised, like, I really don't want to fight you. Can we talk about this? Try to persuade him to simmer his shit down.
Okay. Do you want to add anything to the persuasion? Like anything you want to say or do to add, or is it mainly like the don't?
Let me see. Oh, I thought it. Well, I have animal handling, but that doesn't count, does it?
I think
somebody sub and give her an inspiration down.
nice. You would probably know that red dragons are
Or I have speak with animals, but I guess that doesn't count either.
probably wouldn't
Dang it.
work.
No, it wouldn't.
Good
No, I'm
dragon,
just gonna.
good dragon.
If it
I'm
helps,
just gonna.
I think you would all know that red dragons are chaotic
Oh.
evil.
I have actually. Let me back up. I say all of this in Draconic.
Okay.
Like, you and I, we're almost like this because you see my scales. You're like an idol. Like, I would worship you. You beautiful creature. Please, let's just have a chat.
And it leans back a little bit. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Let's see. Persuasion. Oh, crap. Okay, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
That's right.
Woo.
Can't believe it. What is that? Okay. Doesn't seem to be responding, but it seems to have acknowledged that you use Draconic and that you're like, yeah, you're elite and I worship you.
I'm like...
Pauses for a moment and looks over at Dina. Unless there's anything else you want to do, Thaxel.
Well, I'm kind of gauging, like I was going to like morph into something, but I don't want to scare it. Let's see. Can I
turn into a red dragon?
I wish I could turn into a dragon.
Red dragon or whatever it is.
I don't have crap, I didn't prepare that. No, I'm gonna just like kind of curtsy and bow down and kind of look at Dina. That's what I'm gonna do.
Changes over your turn. Not really saying anything yet. Actually,
Tell him he's beautiful. Worship him.
Yeah, he's not engaging yet, but looking at you.
Was that really necessary?
Let me do a quick. Okay.
Just
Young one.
Now, any charisma check I make when interacting with the dragon, my proficiency bonus will be doubled if it applies to the check.
Nice.
do it.
Yes.
Just so you know it.
Okay,
Go ahead.
awesome.
We find out that the dragon is a
Young
complete
one.
idiot.
Yes.
Is this not dinner you brought me?
No, those are my friends.
Are they worshippers then? Looks
Of a
over at
sort.
Thaxel and you.
Let's just say they make sure that I stay alive.
Yeah, make a persuasion check with the doubled, or we'll just add the additional proficiency, whatever your bonus is there. What does that make it?
Let's see, another 2, so 17 total.
Okay. And do a quick rolly. Okay. He rolled a 20, so you see he's sort of same mannerisms. I mean, Dina, you can read his expressions a little better than yours. And
Yeah.
Thaxel, you can also read a little better, just being around folks with similar
Yes.
facial structure. And it leans down and just clenches his teeth to pick Demalius up by the back of his robe. Throws him over at Dina's feet. These two have failed you then. So,
Well,
dinner.
they wouldn't have failed me if you hadn't killed them,
I
would
will
they?
kill what I want.
Oh, really? So can I. I'm curious. Does the name Piram ring a bell?
Make an insight check if you.
Okay, Piram is the name of the ancient red dragon that's her father. So you guys didn't hear that. You don't know that.
Mhm.
Earmuffs,
No.
earmuffs.
Nice.
Wait, but wouldn't Thaxel have heard that?
No.
I don't know what she's
Yeah.
talking about.
It was completely
I'm in the middle of worshiping.
meta reminder for me.
Yeah.
Insight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, I should have probably should have typed that to you, but
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Da, da, da.
He is a legend.
no, he's not. He's my father, and you've just tried to kill two of my friends.
He would not care, even if he were real. That I sought some.
Are your hunting skills so poor that you have to resort to killing like this to eat?
Kind of breathes out a puff of smoke over Airy as he kind of leans down.
I mean, there's no
No.
challenge in that.
But certainly you understand the appeal of a meal that walks right into your den.
I do, but there's no sport in it. Really, I thought you would be a better hunter.
If you're not
I'm
here
just-
to share dinner with me, then what is your
I'm-
business here?
What is my business here? I'm not telling you. Why should I tell you? It's none of your business.
He leans down from blowing that smoke on Airy and picks her up in his jaws. Is there anything you want to do before he continues whatever he's doing? He's got her like in his mouth and lifting his head up in the air.
Can I yell out, "Stop!" Draconic?
Fine. I'm supposed to come get some eggs. And I have business
It's
with
Airy out. Okay.
somebody else who lives in the mountains here.
Eggs.
Yes.
Out of respect for your bloodline.
I need to see Gerald.
That old fool.
Yes, that old fool.
You'll find him closer to the coast. Further north. Small fishing village. He's there at least once. You may all pass.
Including I go over to has he put Ari down?
He spit her out down near his feet.
All right. I think I have a potion. Let me see.
I will run to whomever you are not
Yep.
going to.
I'm going to go to Ari and give her a potion of healing.
I will go to Demalagus and cast my healing hands on him.
Does that
Um,
mean we're out of initiative?
We'll see.
Oh, I told him about the eggs, right?
Yes.
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 Okay. And I'm sorry, I must have missed. What did he say about the eggs?
He just sort of, huffed to himself like eggs. And he was more thinking about if your dad is real. He's weighing that out against the meal in front of him. And
I
it
pull
just-
out the chain with the
Mhm.
dragon claw on it as I'm walking over towards Ari and dumping the potion in front of her, in her mouth.
Nice. He gets a very stoic pose, arched up on his hind legs, and just watches his eyes track you. And the necklace you have the claw, as you collect her, give her the potion, and walk away. Just his eyes track you. 3, plus 2. Right. Okay, 4.
Yep,
4 plus 2.
So she's got 6.
20. And can you roll your? Did you already roll your healing hands, Ryan?
No, but I just targeted
Ah,
my friend. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it.
no problem.
There we go.
Okay, neat. Hooray, he's not dead anymore. All right. Let me remove Ares' unconscious things. Suck.
Wait. So I'm conscious, right?
Yep. What do you want to do, Valken?
I want to heal myself.
Okay.
I assume I wouldn't need a healing potion. How many hit points are healing potions?
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
short 3. Coolly off.
So that's
Just roll 2d4 and then add
so
2.
that's max of 10. Wait, where's my? I do have the healing
Right.
word does what?
Well, you're
Oh, that
getting your
healing
potion ready.
Yeah, I'll just
Sort of looks a little aggravated, but not like overly hissy or anything. He does.
So-
Oh, good.
Now that you've made your point, is it your eggs that we've been sent for?
Not mine.
Who's?
Coolly off is.
Perhaps the hippogriff.
Hmm.
really. Oh wait, no, that was a D.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you've allowed them to live and haven't hunted them for food.
I hunt them. There are a number of creatures that migrate here. Few that live here year round.
Yeah, we did kill Xeno.
I hunt when they're here, but only after they lay their eggs, so that the more will be born to return and feed me.
Good. Well, I've been sent after 2. We've been sent after 2 eggs. Is this a problem?
Do as you see fit.
Can you tell me where the nest is?
There are many in the mountains. The next 2 mountains, basically. He kind of gives you a little more accurate description than I'm going to give you, but it matches up with your map. It's like the next mountain to the north,
Just
and
go
then
one, yeah.
that leads into a slightly smaller mountain that also has a number of nesting areas
Blurry.
throughout.
So he's kind of he's accepted the claw as being who I said
He seems to be just nervous enough where he's doesn't
Not
think it's
gonna push it.
worthwhile. Yeah, currently.
All right. Out of curiosity, is this your work? And I'm kind of the village around this.
No, I roosted here only a year ago.
Didn't all the
This
paralyzers
village was here before.
Are you immune to Yellow Boy?
However, there is a dragon's nest above here that
The Paratoad.
that was abandoned. I now use. Perhaps another dragon saw fit to do this.
It would appear so. Oh, my manners. I'm so sorry. I am Dina.
The roll. Okay.
He is offended by your name.
It is good to meet you. He still seems, a little iffy. He's not convinced because he feels like
Right.
your dad is a legend, a real creature. So
real.
thinking he might be real, he's trying to do that baseline of like,
Yeah,
because you're all
I'll be
sort of
polite.
ants to him. Yeah, but he's like,
yeah. I'm not going to give you my name.
yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, a pleasure to meet you. And I'm kind of lifting Ari up and kind of passing them off to Thaxel,
Nice.
not wanting to be encumbered. We'll be here in the mountains for a few days.
Turns to
Would-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Would enjoy joining you for dinner as long as my friends and I are not on the menu.
Feel free to bring meals. And he turns to Thaxel. Feel free to worship me anytime you wish.
Oh, darling.
Kind of fixes his wings behind him, shuffles him a bit.
I'm just acting like I'm smitten now.
Awesome. Very well.
The dragon.
Lifts out his wings and flies back up to the area somewhere up beyond the ledge where you don't see him any longer.
Alright.
Through the snow started. The heat of him and his presence and everything has been sort of keeping the snow away at a distance. It's been melting. Little raindrops have been pattering down. The snow resumes as he flies away.
Oh, he was lovely.
Oh. You have many friends like that, Dina.
That's not a friend.
I didn't think so.
What would you call him then?
An acquaintance. Not a very friendly one, but a wary one.
Well, should we get out of here so we don't?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go find some shelter.
I
We
need
still
to
have
see-
another mountain to cross before we can get to even one of the hippogriff nests. But at least we know what we're up against. And I look at Thaxel and say, I don't suppose you know anything about hippogriffs. I'm assuming once we get to camp that we can get all of that information.
I mean, maybe. Don't know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can
Yeah.
roll a
To a
history check
hippogriff.
if you like. Yeah.
Yeah, let me roll. I'll do that.
What time of day is it by now?
Oh gosh, let's see, you got here. I think it's like mid-morning.
Mid-morning, okay.
Yeah, so like maybe 11 now, 11 a.m.
Is there some place where we can
Yeah,
take
one
some
minute.
shelter, maybe, and at least get a short rest? That way our wounded people can heal up a little bit.
You look around, you see a number of small, like, alcoves that aren't quite full caves, but they go in a good 30, 35 feet where you probably get some protection.
Okay. Let's get out of the weather. Rest up for a little bit.
That sounds like a plan.
Mhm.
I rolled a 11. My history check. I don't know if I would remember.
You know that hippogriffs are used as flying mounts sometimes, but they're really hard to train. You have to get them when they're babies. They're not particularly tough per se to fight, but they escape pretty easily because they can typically just fly away. Usually becomes a chase, mid-air chase. But that's like I would say the common knowledge of hippogriff.
That's all I know.
I'm gonna start a nice fire in the cave.
Okay.
I can help you, and I.
Oh,
produce one.
I've got this.
Hey,
Um,
I'm offering my services.
I cast
Shouldn't you
create
be
bonfire.
finishing my dead kinsman daggers?
This huge burst of flame comes as you both cast your things, and this massive bonfire starts, and then starts to die down a little bit to a regular. But it's pretty epic at the beginning, like too much lighter fluid on a charcoal barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and inconspicuously sit by the front of the cave, so that no one can really see me. But I want to keep an eye out. Make
Okay.
sure nobody comes and bothers anybody who's resting.
Well, yeah, I would say make an investigation check if you're keeping an eye out. Over it's essentially overlooking this busted city.
Okay.
Okay. As you're keeping watch, the snow begins to peter out to nothing. Sun is out. You can see for a very long distance now, and you have a pretty good view of the village and some of the exposed skelly bones that are strewn about the city. Hey, Randy! Yay! Let me change over this as I'm talking about this. So you spot. Let me think of where this would be. Across the way, what looks like a skeleton that is not Aarakocra, probably about 45, 50 feet away. Excuse me, on the corner of one of the houses across the square, the city square, whatever this open space is between where you are and the building. But you do see, and it has some clothes still on it. You see like a pair of boots sticking up and propped up against the corner of the exterior of this house, almost in like a huddled position. You see this metal cap sort of helm on the skeleton. Still has some, tissue there kind of holding it all in place. It's not as old as all the Aarakocra.
Okay. Guys, I'll be right back. And I'm gonna just start walking towards it.
Nice. Which the alright, so you head over, start taking a look at that. Yay, okay. Getting the video cameras up. Alright, let me pull my notes up and then I'll fix the name tags. I forgot the picture. Oh well. Alright, so you spot, and let me just pull this up. You should take a closer look. You do. This dead body still has, again, some of its tissue there. Most of it's kind of just frozen. It's probably a good 6 months, 8 months old, though. And I need to pull up the library here because you see some other, there's a cloak, there's like a tattered cloth shirt, and sort of like super basic adventuring gear, kind of. It's made for the cold, but really low quality. But the cloak that they have wrapped around them looks to be in like really good condition versus the rest that's taking a beating. In case you wanted to.
I just want to make sure it definitely looks dead and not moving, because I'm not into it jumping out and hitting me right now. Okay.
You poke it with one of your weapons. Poke. and it doesn't seem to be moving at all. It's frozen and kind of brittle. Gunk, little piece of its, flesh
Okay,
falls
yeah.
off as you poke
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I will go ahead and take that cloak and try and inspect it a little bit closer.
Okay.
And actually, just because I know I'll do it, I will also like root around to see if there's anything else either near it or in any of its pockets besides just basic adventuring gear.
Okay. Okay, well, two things that stand out. The cloak, again, is in better condition than the rest, and the boots that are sticking out of the snow, half on its feet, are also in better condition. Like a finer leather, doesn't have any of the wear and tear that you would expect from whatever this thing encountered, and all the snow and ice that's built up around it.
Photo and devil.
Okay.
You would probably have to take at least half an hour with each item to assess it. If you want to do that, then I can let you know what you find, or if there's one before the other you want to do.
does.
I will
Okay, is
grab
that a-
both, and I will put them both on,
Okay.
just because I don't want. Well, I don't know. Are the boots cute, or are they kind of?
No, they're pretty snappy. They have
Oh, shit.
a sharp
boots with fur?
look to them. It has the top of the boot kind of folds down, but it has like an angle to it as it pitches towards the back and meets at a point.
Nice.
There's some embroidery, not embroidery, but like a different type of leather, dyed leather that's around the ridge of that. And
Nice.
they look good quality.
Okay, they sound a little swashbuckly, so I will.
Yeah.
Okay,
Big
I
five
will put
plus.
them. I'll put them on and head back, and I will. I guess sit up there and like look at the. I'll look at the cloak first while I'm sitting there.
Okay.
Dead man boots.
Well,
Awesome.
not anymore.
Sweet. Great. Here, I think I've got everyone set up. Okay. So, so you're looking at the boots first, you said? Or the cloak?
At the cloak first. At the cloak
Okay.
first, please.
All right. So what you find, especially given your background, you're pretty keen on these things, and you recognize these as not anything super snappy, but a notch above standard cloak. It has a little bit of magic imbued into it.
Okay.
This is the cloak of the Manta Ray.
Okay.
And as you examine it and you see that it as it opens up, it folds out almost to look like it can go under your arms. It has like a not a sleeve, but a loop that you can put on for the wrists. And if you hold it out, it forms this manta ray shape. And you've read about this, you've heard about it.
Okay.
Basically, while wearing this cloak with its hood up, you can breathe underwater, and you have a swimming speed of 60 feet. Pulling the hood up and down
Okay,
requires
so
an
good.
action. So it's a little bit magical, but it's an uncommon item.
Okay. That's all right. It looks really sweet. So.
Neat. Oh, and you were going to check the boots too, you said, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. After.
All right, so the boots are also, you get the same kind of vibe from them. They're have probably a little bit of magic imbued, and you kind of test it out, but it's the uncommon level. However, these boots require attunement. So for anyone new to attunement in 5e, you can only have 3 items that require attunement equipped at any one time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you discover these, which you've actually sold a pair of these before, so it doesn't take too long to figure out what they are. Boots of the Winterlands, which makes sense given where you found them. These, the inside is a nice, like a furred boot. So these furred boots are snug and feel quite warm. While you wear them, you gain the following benefits. You have resistance to cold damage. You ignore difficult terrain created by ice or snow. And you can tolerate temperatures as low as 50 degrees below Fahrenheit without any additional protection. And if you wear heavy clothes, you can tolerate temperatures as low as 100 degrees below Fahrenheit.
Okay.
As you're testing them and you kind of slip them on the check, you instantly feel so comfortable out here. It's, it's not pushing -50. It's probably like -10 to 20 here, so it's not the best, but it's much warmer, more comfortable as you're testing them.
Nice. I'm definitely leaving those on now.
Nice. Okay. Right. Everyone else, you find some peace and quiet here. Are you guys taking a long rest to recharge?
Yep.
I think we're
Or
just gonna take a short rest.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean-
because it's what, morning? You said it was.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 11
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah.
Give Demalgus and Arian and Falcon a chance to heal up a little bit before we go.
Yes, don't forget you can use your hit die, is however many you have available currently, during the short rest. Next time you take a long rest, it'll give you back half of whatever you spend.
So
So on your main character sheet, Valken, if you want to do that, you'll see down at the very, very bottom of the main tab, below your
yeah.
HP, it says HD,
Yeah.
those are your hit die. You
Yeah.
grab that and you roll it into the chat. And it should recover. See, it recovered your wound. You've got 3 left
Yeah.
to use.
Well, I'll roll one. Okay.
Did you
Oh,
also add in the 4 from my really credibly used health potion?
Did you roll? Oh, you got
Yeah.
2? That sucks. No, I
yeah.
didn't. I will add that.
Can I just count that as
switch
not having rolled? Worst health potion ever.
No kidding. The bare minimum. Whoever
Throw it
put that
on
together
there.
was like, phoning it in that day. Okay. So you're all able to take a short rest. Let me get that done here in the menu. Short rest. All right. Yeah, so Rhea, you're watching. You don't really spot anyone else. Well, you're just taking a short rest. You wouldn't really hear the dragon. He's just up in his hubby. But the wind has died down. The snow has stopped, and you've all ended up with an hour or two short rest to kind of recover a bit. You.
Before we, I guess before we head out, could I check to see if there's anything left in the village again, or?
Sure, you can check
Now
the
that-
village again. Yeah, make
Oh shit, where'd it go?
just make a perception check if you're just walking around looking for things.
Yeah. See if there's anything. Okay, good.
Oh,
Wow, I see nothing.
a fresh coat of snow has really just like covered a bunch of stuff up. It's kind of hard for you to see. You're also a little distracted and
I saw the mountain.
shaken a
Okay,
bit
good.
by the dead Aarakocra.
Could I grab one of the skulls just in case I can find anybody that would be able to, I guess, with more animal skills or whatever, be able to see if like this is like the same type of Aarakocra as I am? Or...
Sure, you can take a skull.
Oh, I forgot. Last time
Making
I was
darts?
making darts. Yes.
Yeah.
Did I finish my darts?
Yeah, and the short rest where you're like, hey, thank you, Ed. Thank you, Commander Kitch, for the cheer. Yay.
Woo! Yay!
Yes, while you were taking your short rest, you whittled down a bunch. You just took a couple trips, like kindling, like a bunch of bones, and brought them in, and whittled them down to darts with a little bit of. There were also feathers because the feathers don't get too worn in the snow here, so you're able to put a little feather to keep it right when it's thrown. And you make
Cool.
a good what did we say? I think you made like 20 or
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. 20. Let me see my. Oh, it's cunning. Yeah.
20.
Yeah, or it just says 1d4 darts, but I think we agreed on 20.
Okay, neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I finished them. Okay, so I wanna take them Be like, here you go. I made you something.
Look at him. Like, these Aarakocra darts?
Aren't you one of them? Like,
Yep.
oh, okay, well, here.
These will come in handy.
I thought you liked them. I thought of you.
I do.
Thanks.
These will come in handy. Put them in my bag and
You know, some people say thank you and they've been given a gift.
thanks.
You're welcome. And I turn away.
Sorry, it's
Clean it up.
not something I'm used to saying.
Okay.
Said the guy with tons of charisma.
Yeah. Your charisma is like all in how cute the owl looks. And the universe eyes that you have. Yeah. Galaxy eyes.
Yes.
Okay, you have those in your. Oh, I'm sorry. Go right ahead, Dina.
I was gonna say I'm planning our route to the mountains,
Yeah,
kind of going. Everybody's rested, warmed up.
I agree with that statement.
We
Actually.
need
Yep.
to. I don't want to stay in his territory any longer than necessary.
Yeah.
No, let's move.
Kyoto's in
Okay.
You move.
At some point, I'm going to go up to Thaxel and go. And I thought it was me that you worshipped.
Yes, but he was handsome and bigger.
Fair.
Take that how you will.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's great.
But you'll always be my favorite.
Oh,
Awesome. So Demalagus, just to catch you up, the dragon came down and flew over everyone, landed behind them, and blasted out a cone of fire across everyone except Rhea and Dina. And it took you and Aerie down to unconscious because he rolled like stupidly well. He almost maxed every die. But he did pick you up for a minute as like because he was smelling you and Aerie like you're cooked and ready to be eaten. He was he had you picked up for a minute, but then he tossed you over to at Dina's feet to be like, I thought you were bringing me dinner. You know, let's share. Before the conversation spun him around, and you were recovered. Rhea used her healing hand on you to bring you back to consciousness. So you saw no wings currently, but the glowing eyes as you know you roused from unconsciousness of Rhea. Dina took care of Aerie. And now you're on your way.
I mean,
Oh,
We get the dragon's name.
nope, he did not give it. Dina did mention to this dragon. She asked him about if he knew of so and so. I can't think of the name. What was the name, Dina? I'm sorry.
Gerald.
Oh, the other the dragon.
Oh, my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your daddy.
Only
Yes,
the one that
I
only
asked.
Thaxel heard.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
And he was like,
Papa.
"Nah, they're just a legend." And Dina was like, "Nope, that's my pops." So you caught some of that too. And his demeanor changed a little bit. Like, well, if this dude is real, then I probably don't want to cross him. It was a young-ish dragon that you faced. So, okay. With that caught up, you guys continue around to the next mountain. Let's see, that would probably be about one. And then you'd probably get there about 9 or 10 at night. It would start getting dark as you're approaching the area with the caves in the side of the mountain marked on your map. Do you want to do any resting beforehand, or do you want to go in? It's about 9 or 10 at night.
Are hippogriffs more mean at night?
Did
well,
they
they're
sleep that
usually
Do I know?
sleeping. Nice. They're usually, I mean, they sleep. They're not nocturnal.
Okay.
They sleep. But even the dragon wasn't sure that it was definitely hippogriffs. There are a few creatures that migrate. But if it is hippogriffs, yeah, they usually sleep. It might be a little better at nighttime.
Well, it's up to you. I'm feeling pretty good. I can't save anyone if they go down, but that's about all.
I'm gonna go some checks.
I mean, I'm good.
I'm good. I haven't touched my spells yet.
All right. Well, shall we try and sneak in? Not, get the ambush if we can.
Is there anybody who can't see in the dark?
I can see in the dark.
I don't think I can.
I can't remember. What am I playing?
It'll
Oh
be in your
yes, I
main
can see in the
tab.
dark.
Mhm.
You're an elf
If you're human, you can't see in the dark.
angel.
I am
thing.
not a human.
And Aarakocra cannot see in the dark. I know that.
I
Yeah,
cannot.
I don't think we added it to my character, but because of the fact that I'm an owl, we added
Oh,
it.
you got the dark vision. Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was one of the other reasons for me picking an owl.
oh, right.
Because we're like, hey, we're gonna stir in the Underdark. Shouldn't I be able to see in the dark?
Mhm.
It does. That's what I was looking at. I was like, either Teostra,
Right.
So-
Cast mage armor.
Yeah.
Diablos.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I don't
wondering
have.
how we want to do lighting for those that can't see.
I mean, I can cast a light spell, but I wouldn't want to do it until after we
Yeah.
hit them with the first round of
If I
attacks.
unlock,
Yeah, that's just
If
it. I mean, if
we
you
do
can't
actually-
see,
Anything.
I don't understand what that is.
so Rhea cannot see in the dark.
Rhea can see. She
Can't
can.
see. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to sneak
It
sneak
does.
in and see where
And like black.
I can
we're
always
dealing
turn
with?
into something that has dark vision.
Which is always weird.
Yeah. But I think
Really?
maybe we should see what's in here before we commit ourselves.
I can
Hopefully
do that.
do it without attracting their attention, and if we need to, we can always just find a place to sleep and then do it in the morning.
Yes, and worst case scenario, if they wake up when I go in there, I can run very fast and we can draw them out.
I can be a little bit behind you, have something prepared just in case.
Soul.
Sure. Okay, let's do that then.
Sounds good.
All right. I will sneak ahead and try and see what I can see.
Okay.
And I'm dipping bolts into the seed poison that I have.
Ooh, okay, nice. Oh, check and see how long it lasts. If it's in the description.
saw
Did
that.
I write? Did I actually put it in there? I might not have.
Has, like, immunity,
I think it's a
fire
minute.
damage.
I
Okay.
have 3 uses for 2. I think it lasts for a
Low
minute
attacks
on the
and fire.
ammunition.
Okay.
So I'm doing it just as we're getting in there.
Okay. As you look in, let me get Rhea in here just so she can peek ahead. Where? And share.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Zoom in a little bit here. So you enter this terribly drawn cave.
No, it's rustic.
Yeah. To see a very about 30 feet ahead, it drops off, a sheer drop off, and there's just this cavernous space. In fact, I'm just going to move you out to where this is.
Okay.
As you look down here, you can see it goes down really far, about 120 feet down or so. There are walkways around the outer perimeter. There's walkways that go in and around the center. and some caves that shoot off to different sides. That's probably about, you can't see the other side yet because it's a little bit further. 5, 10, 15, 45, 50. You can see the very far side up to about where the stairs are that seem to lead up to an upper level.
Okay. I will try and signal to Dina that I'm going to try and move in just a little bit further, and I will go around the left side.
Okay, go ahead and move up to your speed where you want to go.
I'm going to go ahead and move in and move to where she was.
Okay, Dina here.
I think that's 30.
Can I maybe? Oh wait, are we just scoping still?
Yeah, we're just scouting right now, trying to see what we're going to be dealing with.
Okay.
I'm going to put you just in.
Sasha would hate that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh.
I think if I can, I want to go ahead and shift into a giant spider.
Oh, nice. Okay. Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Mal, I guess you pause for a minute, like. I think everyone's on. All right. It's as each of you goes in, it's still really cold in here. A bit damp, partly from the snow that's blown in a good 15-20 feet from outside. There's also a fair bit of moisture dripping down the walls, the stone walls of this cave. The structure across the middle looks partly man-made, possibly, and that it seems to be the standalone strip of rock that's was etched. It might have been time-worn and natural, but it does seem to wrap around the center and cross over. Other than that, everything looks like a natural cave. Some little cubbies around the outer edges. You don't see anything currently, Raya. No nests. You have some etchings from the gentleman that gave you the quest, essentially. He's got a drawing of the egg that has some sort of polka dots on it, essentially.
Okay.
It's a spotted egg. And he's got some drawings on the size of it. It's about 2 heads. They're fairly large eggs. But no nests or anything. Some drawings of the nest that look like hay and other bits that are collected and put together into a nest that's probably about 5 feet wide. But nothing here currently. You don't see any of that here.
Nothing I see here.
What is this part? I don't know if you can see that line. It's like right near the beginning.
There's a few steps up as you step inside.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because it was right near the entrance or whatever. Black.
There's a number of interesting sounds. There's a fair bit of wind that blows in through the different caves and the mountainside and through here, so you get a lot of that every so often at different pitches and timbres.
Okay. Well, I'll signal to Dina again to let her know that I'm moving forward, and I'll continue moving forward to the left.
Okay.
All right.
As you move forward a little bit more, Ray, you see that there's a path that splits off to the left, and it's essentially not a dead end here to the right, but there's a gap. The bridge that seems to be vertical up towards the north is up above you about 10 feet. And directly across from you is a bit of a higher ledge, also about 10 feet up. So maybe you could run and jump and grab onto it. But you did see another path when you entered that looked like it might go up to that higher ledge.
Does it look like there's anything that I could either like parkour my way up, like with like little handholds, or
Yep, it's fairly rugged. It's a little slippery because of the moisture, But there's plenty of parts that jut out and go into the side there. It's been really worn down by that moisture.
That side. And how long would I think it would take to get all the way back around to the other side? So I'm gonna climb back up.
It'll probably only take it like a few minutes, 2 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
Not too long.
okay. I will be an adult and walk my butt around to the other side, so that way I
Okay.
don't cause a problem. So I gotta go.
All right.
Go walk
You
around.
pass by Dina as you're walking back.
Hi, Dina. Dina, it goes up 10 feet, so unless we want to just go on one of these side paths, I think we're gonna have to go around to the right.
No sign of any animals in here?
So far, nothing.
I move
Does
up
it-
next to them as a
Does it
spider.
smell like an animal in here? Does it smell like there's an animal living in here?
Not around here, no. And it's tough to see down further or get a sense there, but it doesn't seem like this level has anything.
I've held off then on putting the poisons. I've walked in and kind of went, seems kind of not yet. So I haven't done that to my bolts yet. I will go ahead and I'm going to follow Rhea.
Okay.
I would maybe like to try to follow them, like on the wall, because I'm a spider.
Ah, yes, that's so amazing. You easily just, you do your spider climb. You walk up the side of the wall. This massive, you're much larger than most of the group put together. Do I feel like I have a token for that. Hang on a sec. I feel like I need that in my life. If I still have it
Spider
in here.
with a little lizard's head on. What?
Aragog.
Let's see. I need...
Yes. Or Shelob. Oh my god, am I the size of Shelob?
Wow.
Well, giant. So
Shelob
you're
from
like,
Lord of the Rings.
Oops.
The one
Oh,
that
yes.
stabs Sam.
Yes.
Oh,
Or no, Frodo, I mean.
I
Sam
didn't know what
fights
the
him.
name of the spider was.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Nice. Yeah,
Then again, I haven't read the book.
Oh, giant spider's actually large. So maybe, it's still like a 12 to 14 feet tall. So maybe not quite the size, but still really big. You're like twice the height of everybody and several times width and depth. Let me add a giant spider here. Because it's friendly. And then it's going to have... You want a brown spider or a black spider?
Black.
This as its token. This here where you are.
Oh, it's so creepy.
I love it.
And
Oh,
there's
see, now Dina wants to hop on top of the spider and look over at Malgus and go, look, I'm a drider.
Oh my god.
Nice. How do I give it to you though? I completely forget.
I don't know. Here, let me see. Add. Nope. I ruined something. Hold on.
No, it's fine.
Hello, unnamed.
Yeah, that was my fault.
I want a second check. You know what? Maybe I do this and I bring it over and drop it on top. Well, I'll look it up on our break, which will be around the corner.
Yeah.
So, Rhea, as you walk around, let's see, where are we here? You spy more empty cave.
Okay.
But you hear... Excellent. ISIS image. Where do you come from on this one? Okay, bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
As you're up near the northern part, you hear some rushing water. And as you look down, about 40 feet down or so, you see what looks like the top of a rushing waterfall heading further down. A little bit of watery mist coming up.
I'm gonna flip my cloak hood on just in case I fall.
Nice. Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
and then I guess I will try and just push forward just a little bit more to like inspect the stairs.
Okay. You take a look at the stairs. Let's see. Actually, in the spot that you're right near, just to the right, that little cubby that was around, you see what looks like a pretty steep slope, but it seems to go down, down, down to you can't see any further. About 40. Well, I guess you can see probably about 60 feet down. At about 60 feet, just as it ends, it looks like it evens off a bit, like it might be a lower level.
Okay, so directly to my right.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you were to look up top, you'll see that that's where you'll hear the rushing water.
Okay.
And you see in this top right, almost rectangular section, right by the curve of the stairs, you see it looks like maybe someone's used this as a campsite before. There's a very old bedroll in here and an old empty oil lantern. And some traps and tiny bones, like someone was eating something tiny.
Okay. I will head back to the group and relay all of this in great detail to them so they know not to slip and fall down that little side passage to go around the right, and that there's the camp that's up there. And if we want to maybe move forward and regroup up there.
Of course, as you do, you come back only to see this giant spider, like up on the wall as you reach everybody.
I want to try to like take one of my legs and go.
Little pinchers crack a little bit of a smile.
Hi, Fatso. I assume since no one else is panicking, I shouldn't panic.
Nice.
Creeping me out, man.
All right. Do we want to move forward? Can we all move forward quietly without falling down holes?
I have wings, you know.
Or
Really?
you can fly.
I can fly, I can fly, I can fly.
Yes.
I start following.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye out for any sign of any type of animals that might be actively living in here. Any signs of whatever, a hippogriff. Ooh, maybe they build a nest, so maybe feathers,
Okay.
fur, scat, dinner bones, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, as you're continuing through this level, you don't see much. It looks fairly untouched. You continue around down that slope. How do you guys want to go down the slope? I mean, it's pitch is enough that you probably. Oh, good.
I thought we were going up to the campsite. I'm sorry.
sorry,
I
no.
just told them to avoid the slope.
Oh, okay, my bad. So you head
I
up
can
to the
also make a web.
Nice.
I mean,
Ooh, to use as kind of like traction.
yeah,
Or at the bottom to
nice.
catch everybody.
Yes.
Okay, we could go down the slope. Okay.
Well, I mean, up to you. That was my misunderstanding. If you're going to the
whatever
campsite,
you're doing.
you all kind of head up to that northeastern part, and you see the same thing. Some little old bones from probably some chickens or some other small creatures. Hasn't been used in a very long time.
Okay.
And you all hear the rushing water down below. For those with dark vision, which I think is everybody else, you can see the mist coming off the very top of the waterfall, about 40 feet.
I also have blind sight. Can I see anything extra special?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I mean, it's only 10 feet, but
Tell
I
me
have
what
it.
you see with your special.
I mean, I have like 8
blind
eyes.
sight.
Like
I love blind sight and true
that's
sight.
a lot.
You don't sense anything else. You don't see anything else with your blind sight in this area. But I'm gonna keep that in mind. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, which direction do we want to go? Up the stairs, down to the lower level?
Do we
Over
need
the
an
waterfall?
extra set of eyes that could sneak around this cave without being noticed at all? Because I have something.
Wait, so where are we supposed to be exactly? Like the top right corner, or are we like in that midsection?
top right is a campsite, but I think everyone's heading down towards that little stumpy path there on the right, just east of Raya. Is where the
Okay.
slope is.
So, okay. The slope goes. Oh, is it like this dark smudge thing is the slope?
No, that's where you can look down and see what looks like on the level below a rough outline of maybe another, some more features of the next level.
Okay.
But they're hard to just.
Malagus, I would say that I could normally be sneaky, but I think Thaxel's blending in just nicely. She could help you.
Post it.
I just want to take one of my legs again.
That's awesome.
Yes, yes, you're so cute.
I'm
It's
excited.
like all the eyes are in the front, sort of all looking in tandem, like.
Yes.
Well, I think this is a situation where this could come in handy. So with a flourish, I'm going to reach into the sleeve of my robes. And when my hand comes back out, it's got something a bit larger than a really big cat and a bit smaller than an average dog. And it's the scariest, most nightmare-inducingest spider you've ever seen.
Oh
Nice.
God.
It's fiendish.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I really do not want to see a picture of that.
Oh,
But you're
everybody has
probably going to
I'm
draw
working on
one at
one.
one point, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh.
Rolls
So
up
you
his
want
arm.
Yeah, it's horrifying, and it'll crawl
Well,
down
here's
me,
a
and
failure.
Why
Yeah,
is that in
I'll
your
have it scout.
pocket?
I automatically, I mean, it's like, nuke it from above type flame pops up out of my hands. Going,
A bright light, super tall flame comes out of Tina's hand. Skitters down your
Right,
legs.
it's my familia.
oh, the flame dies. As long as it's only you that stays familiar with, that then gets familiar with me, it's toast.
Not a problem.
I second that, Tina. I second that.
And skitters past everybody. And down the tunnel it goes. How far out can you? It's like 100 feet that you can see through it, right?
Something like that.
Okay.
Let me check.
See Malagus's face kind of just go blank for a minute, and his eyes.
Yeah, within 100 feet.
Awesome, thank you.
It also has blind sense too.
Oh yes. Okay, perfect. His eyes sort of just almost get like the cataract look, like that foggy light comes over them as he's looking through all the myriad eyes of the spider. Which is extra. It's a cool sensation. The Malagus is used to it, but it's super perceptive. The spider creeps down this tunnel all the way to the bottom, and you can see now that you've arrived at the bottom, it's about 60 feet of travel. It continues down for about 10 feet, putting you at 50, and then turns around. It has almost like a bit of a spiral as it turns back on itself and heads down further again. The pitch drops a bit to go lower. Almost, it seems like it directs back underneath you to the level that you can see below and here.
Oh.
It sort of stops at the 100-foot mark. I mean, it's because it's backing. You get a little bit of extra, but its pitch is going down too. So you can see. I'll say you get far enough to see, in fact, the next level down. But you don't sense anything.
Of course, be relating all that as I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Well, while this is happening, can I wave my hand in front of his face to see if he can actually see me, and then try to go through his pockets?
Well, so he can't see you.
Yeah.
However,
I know,
yeah, go ahead and do a sleight of hand to go into his pockets.
Okay.
He's gonna find my other familiar.
Nice.
Oh God.
Yay! I'm not the only one.
something starts skittering around in his pocket. What is this?
You're the one that wanted to put your hand down my pants. So.
I rolled a natural.
So you were trying to, you got this beautiful natural one. However, he can still feel. He's only putting his sight into his familiar currently. So he can hear and smell and taste and feel still. He's got his other senses. So do you do anything to Malagus as he puts his hand in into your pockets?
Since I don't know who it is, because I can't see them, I would probably say, unless your name is Ray, I suggest you get your hands out of there.
Awesome.
Damn!
Oh.
I jump back a
little. Nice. And Falcon's learned an important lesson that perhaps, even in a trance, he may be able to sense you.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Feeling kind of stunned by that. Can I? Even though it would be probably stupid to do, like I would do it anyway. Take a swig of the liquor I have.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You're already, you're an owl, but your face is already blushed a bit after that. Yeah. But then you take a swig and it gets a little more blush. This stuff is super, super strong, so go ahead and make a constitution check if you would. A constitution saving throw. Sorry, Falcon. Nice stuff. Ooh, God.
What would be con save?
Constitution save, yep.
Constitution, it's on the right side.
There it is. 14.
Okay. A little buzz. You got a little buzz coming in. Your head starts cocking a little further than it normally does, and you're a little more alert.
Nice.
And we'll take our bio break there. I'm so sorry that we've run this far past it. I'll get some fresh coffee. And what a great moment in time to take our break on. So for anyone that doesn't know, we take like an 8 to 10 minute bio break, and then we'll keep streaming in the meantime in case any of us are here to chat. Otherwise, we'll catch you real soon. I'm gonna go get some food. Yay!
Yeah, Noah's got to go to bed, so.
Oh, okay.
Good night, Noah. Bye.
Oh, my day.
Yeah. Time to take the dog out.
Hey, it's not very nice, Steph.
That's what Falcon was doing. Aiming to please, yeah. Give me all your money. Oh, precious food.
Okay, I'm gonna move my mic away because I know this cereal is gonna be really crunchy.
Okay. Right, I've got to look up how to do this. Okay.
I miss Dina's cat picture. At least I think that was. Now it's a moon.
Yeah, I took that the other night, right, night before so 3 nights ago, I think it was.
Currently, my long distance lens is the like turning and like a grain of sand or something automatically turn. But and I think it's past warranty, so it might be cheaper to get a better camera at this point and get it with like a bundle that gives me a lens than to go and pay $110 to fix.
Yeah, this was my big gift for the year. Was I got we upgraded my camera gear, so I got a new body and some new lenses.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
What did you end up getting for the body, if you don't mind?
60 Mark II. Mark
Okay,
II,
nice.
Like Canon, like
Canon, yeah.
I don't like how Canon does their setting wheel thing.
It's all I've ever used. I mean, the camera I had before this was a gift from a friend who was years ago when they upgraded their own gear. They gave me their old 40D.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I have a Nikon D3000.
Nice.
And initially I tried, I think we got it and then we returned it. Didn't, because my model is just under, because the 3200, the one that has a so when I got a remote for doing pictures with from it didn't, so I bought a thing will be probably more helpful where it's a.
You're dropping like every third word or so.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Let me adjust that. I got a remote thing.
Yeah,
That
Or-
it.
a remote shutter release.
Yeah, I got a remote release that it uses like a radio signal, so I can use it for a longer distance. It's a little bit bulkier than just using a remote thing that you can get for it that just works with certain camera models, but it'll be a lot more convenient to use because then you could just be like, I'm gonna go over there like 100 yards.
Yeah, I use one when I do my astrophotography. So.
Oh, right.
Astral.
Stars. When I go out and shoot the stars.
Yeah.
I think you showed me a couple pictures of the moon you took. I absolutely love. It's just something about capturing that.
Those are pretty easy to take, but things like
like the edge of the galaxy.
Well, I actually have a picture of one of my favorite pictures that I took is the Andromeda Galaxy.
Oh, really? That's beautiful.
Let me pull it up here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find it.
Oh no!
Shout at the devil.
That's Pan stars from years ago.
Ooh,
nice.
Oh, there we go.
I realized I was muted. Very pretty. Very, very pretty.
Nice.
Yes.
Sammy.
Here. Spider's got bite, y'all. And action.
Oh, yeah. I need to.
I feel so bad. So Nova's been in a really weird mood the past 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So she hasn't eaten nothing, which isn't abnormal, whatever. So she finally ate today, and I'm like, yay, great. And then right before we hopped on, she was like, I want to be held. Okay, so I put her back in her home, and she's just laying like this, like she's defeated. I think she's mad at me.
Poor thing.
I know. Terrible mom.
No.
Dang.
Piercing the jaw. Okay, but there's also save. Okay, it is a
There's one streamer I watch who has you have a bearded dragon, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they have a bearded dragon, and they really like the song Bare Necessities. So their bearded dragon is named Prickly Pear.
I did.
Oh, I love it. Well, she's about to turn a year old next month. I guess in a couple weeks, actually.
How long do bearded dragons live?
It varies, 8 years to 10 years. I think one lived to be 19 years old. So
Oh, okay.
It just depends on how well you take care of her. So. And I still don't know if she's male or female. I just call her she until I know otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, apparently that part of their body doesn't develop until later on. So 8 months is the earliest you can find out, or starting at their year mark, you may be able to tell, but I don't know.
Hmm.
It's interesting.
Now. On Fantasy Grounds, cut it out.
No, I don't. I already know about that Walking Dead series. I want to know when the television is ending, or if they have announced the final season.
Do they only have one more season?
I don't know if they're ending this show, because I know there has like Rick and like where Rick is supposed to be leaving. I'm more concerned because of the fact that
Oh, the actor is leaving?
yeah, like the actor, I think he's not renewing his contract. But I'm more concerned because of the fact that for every single year, all the New York Comic Con badges have been Walking Dead, and I'm tired of seeing Walking Dead
Shit.
on the New York Comic Con badges.
Nice. Well, let me just copy and paste things. So I'm building the spider out, those axles. And
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
no problem.
I'm just trying to fix my work schedule.
Ah, neat. It's like an extra thing and it's bite attack, so I just put it in like the red dragon part where you can read the spell or the skill. I just
Okay.
have to try and remember.
Good thing I did. It's like a question.
Better. First, there's strength check.
Jeez.
6.
Oh man. I feel like I got cheated out of that.
Okay. No legendary actions for this, and that's good.
Legendary spider action.
That you know of.
Yeah, yet.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, I've got to find.
Oh yeah, I can close the mountain pass map.
Oh, what was the name of the spider? I'll use that as a portrait. What was the name of the spider from Lord of the Rings again?
Shelob. So Shelob. I think.
Yep, that looks like it. Thank y'all. Ooh.
Woohoo!
What is Ari doing this whole entire time while we're going and doing all this stuff?
She's with us, just being quiet for a change.
Yeah.
She's just sulking the whole time.
She's been
Pretty much.
arguing, yeah, like with her person there. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm just gonna deal with it. Yeah, you are Shelob's size. Yep. Looking at
Oh,
these
yes.
images, yeah.
I mean, Shelob is scary.
Yeah, I'm checking out these images. Like,
Like, fun fact, Peter Jackson is so terrified of spiders that it took everything he had just to watch all of that footage back so he can edit it. He had a hard time.
oh my gosh, I
So-
bet.
Yeah. And then when The Hobbit came out, they had to do the wood spiders, which were, ugh, hated those too.
All right.
It's like, I'm
Good,
having to do this over
because-
again.
Good, because that'll teach him to go and split the Hobbit unnecessarily into 3 movies.
Hey, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't know why. I liked it. I know people have problems.
The Battle of the 5 Armies takes up about 2 pages of book space. 2 pages.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they added things in, so I mean,
As
Because
I don't
opposed to the
care.
how many pages for end poetry that we didn't have to listen to. Thank God.
I
Exactly.
didn't watch the second part, but when I found out that they basically just rushed over, I forget what his name is, the shapeshifter.
Necromancer or Tom Bombadil or
The shapeshifter that they go and stop at his house, in the Hobbit. I think before they go into the forest.
Larry. I think that's his name.
he turns into like a bear, but like they completely brush over his section, and he has
Well, I
a
feel kind of
pretty
silly.
decent part of the book.
Boren or
Yeah.
Bjorn.
Teostra was
Yeah.
the last one.
Yeah.
It's like
Just kind of like how they
final.
completely cut out Tom Bombadil. It's like, let's
Well,
give you all this.
But Bjorn was in The Hobbit, but they could have. I mean, Tom Bombadil could have been in Lord of the Rings, but they took him out. He had a huge story.
It's like,
I don't
let's
know.
go and put in this unnecessary romance thing, but cut out the cool characters.
Meh,
Mhm.
eh.
Creative license. It's kind of nice. And you need some of that for some audiences. And it costs
Yeah,
so
'cause
much to produce.
does.
You've got to get that money back.
Well, and like Arwen's story, I think was a little more interesting than the other writer that actually saved Frodo from the river.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I say read the books if you really want the whole story, the real story.
Mhm.
And then if you want to enjoy a badass trilogy,
Yeah.
watch Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
I love them
and then
equally.
and then the whole white orc, which doesn't exist,
Yeah.
or white.
No,
Never
but
go into a movie expecting to get the book.
Yeah.
You're going to be
No.
disappointed.
you watch the movies or the show first, like Game of Thrones. You watch Game of Thrones
Mhm.
first, and then you go back and read the books.
I remember watching Jurassic Park because sometimes it's good. I remember watching Jurassic Park after having read it. I go, sweet, a movie. And then when it gets to the end with the kid on the electric fence, and in the book he dies from being zapped off of it, I'm like, oh man! And
I
they've
think
got this
I
scene in
think
here.
He wrote it wrote the book at the exact same time as the movie.
No. The book
Mm,
was
book
done
is
way
out.
before.
Yeah, I'd read it a while before the movie came out, and I was
I
so
think
expecting.
they were being like written though at the same time because Michael Crichton was. I think he was writing the movie as well.
Well,
as the
No,
book.
because I just read there was a podcast that I was listening to, and they were arguing about Spielberg's take on Jurassic Park versus the original book, that one came out before.
Hmm.
Because it's interesting. It's called GM Word of the Week.
Oh,
D&D related stuff. It's interesting.
nice.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah, the book came out.
Axel,
in
if you can pop open the PC's window,
Okay.
and you should be able to claim now your
Oh God,
giant spider. Nice. I'm gonna put you in here. So you're in. Now I can drag your token over. Okay.
Ugh,
Okay.
like it.
All right. So here we are, standing atop this stitch. Oh, thank you, Randy. Yay! Appreciate it. Having successfully navigated this and relayed the information as your eyes, the haze over your eyes is removed. Players kind of quickly dodging around everyone as it around their feet, over someone's foot, and like over to you. You relay all the information that it looks safe. You didn't really see much in the way of anything moving down there, but it's a fairly large space. So. What do you want to do? How do you want to proceed?
Oh, did your spider return? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So are we going down there? Do we think that there's anything living in here worth that we're going to get eggs from, or do we go find another cavern?
Right.
I mean, we
Do
could just
sure
spend the night, do we spend the night here and then go explore the rest of the caverns?
I charge it, Leroy.
And we're
I
dead.
helpfully
Jump
give you a
down the
kick
middle.
off the side because I want to see those wings come out and watch you fly.
Yeah, I mean, it's wide open down all 3 levels, Falcon, just as a heads up.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
that.
I could
I
fly
mean, you could have,
down.
you could have easily done that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Superman died for the win.
I kind of want to just keep going. I guess just a little bit. I don't, because I'm in spider, so I can just. I kind of want to use my. I don't know.
Use them if you got them. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say let's just do it for a little bit and see what happens.
Wait, there's 3 levels?
Because it's a cadence.
All right.
One,
So
level 2, level 3.
how are the rest of us getting down here?
I mean, if you ask nicely.
I'm gonna just fly down.
Or
guess
as
we
you
could
just you
slide
hear
down.
Pinterest going. She's trying. She's like she's waving again with the spider.
Waving
I can
pointy.
do this.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
I look down the cavern. Do I think there's a way to get down there without slipping and falling and hurting my ass?
You may have to be slightly athletic to make it down without tumbling. But it's not like super dangerous where you'd take any
and lower them.
straight up fall damage from a vertical drop, but you might tumble and get a little hurt if you're not athletically inclined.
Is there like a rock anywhere by the entrance that we can tie a rope to? Sure, someone has a rope. Oh, see?
There appear to be some small, formations of from the floor, but nothing that it might work. It might not. It's sort of like in between. They're sort of conical, so it's difficult to see like what part you could tie it on. It should hold like as you're pulling down because it goes lower, lower, lower. But everything's a little slick. Nothing amazing to tie.
Can I go ahead and just start climbing down just to see? Yeah.
You're investigating and just over your head on the ceiling brushes the top of your hair. Right, that's a giant spider. Skitters down.
Nightmares tonight.
Nice. You skitter all the way down to the very bottom, and you see how it turns back around on itself. Evens out for a bit as it turns around, and then has just a very easily manageable pitch for the rest of it.
Okay. Can I see anything right now that would pose a threat down here, or
Nope. You with
no?
your
Just
I did the mount thing.
besides the slick.
Nope. The tunnel goes back, about 40 feet or so into where the next level down where you were, and you don't spot anything moving or any environmental threats or anything like that.
Okay. I think I want to try and make a web. I guess it says 30 to 60 feet. I guess make this web like a little thing that people can jump in,
Okay.
jump on.
Neat. So at the very bottom there, you spin around with the spinnerets. The rear little legs are creating this whole web as you kind of crawl around and around and around and weaving this nice, pretty tightly, woven net, essentially at the bottom.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Which you see, Ray. You see that beautiful work in progress.
Fantastic.
Well,
I will put
this
my
is-
pitons back in my bag then.
Mhm.
So that way I can just slide on down.
Okay.
Might as well
Well,
try.
While this is happening, could I fly down and I guess start looking around on that floor?
Sure. The next floor down.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they just kind of looked, and nobody's really kind of like been like, I'm gonna go and investigate.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll have Ray roll an acrobatics check because you're sliding, so just to see like how well you keep your balance and keep from getting hurt along the slide, because there is enough of a pitch where you can sort of surf it on your feet, like.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
And Valken, make a perception check if you would. Oh yeah, you scoot right down there, no problem. And at the end, you hit something solid and stand up and start going forward, but you get stuck in this sticky web that's spared you from.
How long of a jump
damage.
is it?
It's about 60 feet if you go all the way down. Its pitch is probably something like this. So you can kind of slide down it as you go down.
I'm gonna start sliding down,
Okay.
and then if it gets too precarious,
Mhm.
Dina will just leap into the web.
Okay. Go ahead and do an acrobatics check as well. See how well you keep the balance.
I got a 19.
Woo! Valken, all right.
Whoop.
Now I roll
Woo.
good.
Nice. Dean, you have the same thing. You're getting right towards the end before you just hit something that catches a bit solid and fall forward, but you turn and your back gets caught by the web. You can pull it and break it if you wanted to, but there are a couple other people that might be coming down.
Yep. No, I'm
Figured
just
I'd
gonna
wait.
kind of roll my way off of the web.
All right, let's see. So, Falcon, you open up your wings and sort of gently fly down one level. You fly facing this waterfall. You get down to the next level. You see this waterfall pouring in and down to this lowest level where it's pooling up. There are stone structures down there, but you can't make out too much down there because of the distance and darkness. You do have dark vision, but you're in the middle here, so that's really all you see is a pool of water with some stone risen out of that. And what seems to be there's one stone pathway that wraps around the outer edge. You can't see beyond that, and one that runs right into the waterfall, which stands out a little bit because it goes right into all this water falling down on it. You look around and I don't know, you'd have to move like a little bit towards one side or the other of this next level down if you want to see what's on the sides.
Is there a direction that looks, I guess, more promising than the other one?
No, because you can't really see beyond.
Yeah. Where am I? Oh, I'm right. Well,
That's a spider. You are.
Yeah. That's a spider. Where? You are now a spider. What?
Nice.
Flying spider.
You are right. Oops. You're essentially right here. You're right in front of the waterfall.
Guess I'll go to the left. Or whatever.
Okay. Go ahead and move your your token. Up to your flight speed there.
Yeah, I have 60. I think 16.
Take a peek. You have 50 feet of flight speed.
Oh, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all
I mean,
5 or 10.
5.
Oh, I could just use my. Oh wait, I don't have it.
well, I'm just not seeing the numbers. And I have.
Yeah, I'll just go there.
Okay. All right, as you fly off to the western side, let's see, what was your perception? It was 19. Okay.
Yeah.
There's that definite smell of like creatures living down here somewhere. I wouldn't say wet dog smell, but it's definitely they eat and breathe and live and sweat and bathe or whatever down here. Yeah, as you look around this western side, you don't really see any nests here or anything you recognize as a nest. Let's see, you have a 19. You do. You see some below on this third level. You see what looks like maybe a few nests down there. And along the southern ledge, you see what looks like maybe another, not a campsite, but there's a roughly built table, like some stone, a larger stone slab that was propped up on some other things, a man-made stone structure that essentially looks like a table of sorts, with some empty vials on it, and looks to be like an old broken alchemy kit.
Demalagus, Aerie, are you going to join us?
Yeah, by then I would have cast the spell and stepped off the ledge. I'll cast
So fancy.
levitation.
Nice.
You're casting what?
Levitation.
Oh, nice. I mean, I built you a web.
I know. Can't be bothered. For the rest of us.
He
I'm not
doesn't
gonna
need
fall
your
and die.
webs.
It's way too fancy for my fancy web.
I jump off the edge and cast nothing.
Yeah.
What?
I'm done with this. Yeah.
It's the last one of this investigation.
So Demalagus, you do that. You just turn and walk off as you're casting the spell, and just sort of float down in the direction that you want to float to.
Christopher Walken flying down.
He's walking off the edge. Okay, there you go. Demalagus, you can put your token wherever you'd like to land around the center here. I believe with levitation, you can even like push yourself and float like in a certain direction. So wherever you want to put yourself on level 2, go right ahead. Let's see, we've got Dina down here now. I'll put her over with the spider. Rhea's down here with the spider.
Oh, so that's.
I prefer to surf down.
Nice.
Now I'm
And we'll say Aerie probably. Put her in the back. Reluctantly, like after seeing the little spider and this giant one, and scoots down the thing. Technically, I should probably have her do a quick acrobatics check.
Dina's already started wandering off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aerie takes a misstep about halfway through. Oh, she rolled a 4 and takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage. She does a couple tumbles before the web catches her.
Jeez.
Those awkward teenage years.
Oh my gosh, she's 2 points away from falling unconscious.
Wait, did you have her use any hit dice?
Nope. I'll have to do that. I imagine she would have used some. She's got 3 here.
And that's how Aerie died. We're sorry.
First, her internet died.
Nice. Oh, she got 8 on that one. She rolled really well on her hit dice. Okay, so she's actually only 6 points of damage total now. So, all right. So she takes a little bump on the noggin as she tumbles feet overhead. Then catches herself in the web. Bong! And she just starts tearing it to get through it. Like, she's the last one down. All right. So let's see, Rhea, as you're here near the southern part, you also spot that, clearly man-made stone table with like this really old, like at least 7 or 8 years old, broken down alchemist kit.
Okay. Does it look like it has all the parts to it? I know it's broken down, but is it missing anything in particular?
No, it's just the places where the holders that hold the glass bottles and some of the other mechanics that twirl and distill are just broken or bent or sort of warped from the moisture down here, the wooden aspects of it.
Okay.
You can also smell that, animal smell, though.
Ugh.
Yeah, Dina's just kind of wandering around.
Nice. He's probably sweeping up.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't like how it smells down here. Let's not linger.
Alright.
I'm just kind of scuttling around, not going very far.
And Malgus, are you going straight down to the 3rd level?
I'll be taking my time, but
Okay.
I'm basically just floating down.
Nice. This entire time everyone's walking around, you're just really slowly floating down, just off to the side.
Like Willy Wonka.
Amazing.
Yes.
Perfect.
The thing about that smell is that there's something living here, which means possibly eggs, which means we can get this done.
Can I be a jerk and fly circles around to Malgus and then go down to the 3rd floor?
Sure. As you're slowly floating, Valken decides to, on the heels of everything else, just sort of awkwardly fly around you. And dives down to the.
It's an animal level.
Nice. All right. So I will keep both these maps open as I open up these here. Oops.
I like how Thaxel's lizard token is just sitting on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, we left it.
She shed her skin, left it upstairs.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I feel like maybe that needs to be added to canon.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
shift, you just leave behind the Staxel skin.
Oh my gosh, let's do it.
Yes.
And emerge with the spider.
I think that's
Nice.
it. It's in.
Yep.
Canon.
That's
Yeah.
canon.
Yep.
Yeah, so anytime she transforms into something, she sheds her lizard skin.
Yes.
Mhm.
We're trying to be stealthy,
Perfect.
and I'm like, wait a second, I gotta pick up the Thaxel.
Awesome.
Wait up, guys.
Someone keeps a
Start
life-size Staxel like that.
We start making armor out of Thaxel skin.
Everybody has a Thaxel suit.
Give me a week, okay?
Oh my
I've got
gosh.
all of you.
Oh, that's how we're gonna do our heist. We're gonna all be dressed up like Thaxel.
Yes.
Oh my god, I love this so much.
Amazing.
Oh, we are going to have so much fun with this.
Nice. Let's see, so
Okay.
who's going down here?
Perfect. That way, when we
Mhm.
they'll be looking for a bunch of lizard folk, and then I'll just find a pile of skins on the ground.
Oh, I love it.
fingerprints,
That'd be so
no
epic.
shedding
Yes.
hair.
Roll credits. It's perfect.
I know.
Okay, you go down here. We share this out. See if I can put these side by side here. Okay, so we have our
That's a lot of
level.
water.
Oops. Yes, level 2 has the top of the waterfall. Level 3 has it
How would
all
they
built
even
up
get
here. I'll
there?
zoom out a bit.
How would they get to the 3rd level from level 2?
I'll have to find out. Hush your meta mouth.
You have to jump into the water.
Yes.
You can't get back up.
Nice. So level 3 on the right there, you can see a good portion of the floor has been flooded. And why is Demelicus, did I make it too Logan's like 3 times the
He's so
size.
large.
He's growing. Yes, so there's essentially a pathway that cuts through. You wouldn't see behind the waterfall here. You just see the waterfall crashing over this weird path that just runs into it. Let's see. You don't really see much along this area where Valken and Demalagus have come down, but to the south you see the cave cuts back in 2 different areas. And back up on the level 2.
Nice.
Dina, you see that this again has this structure that sort of runs out to this big pillar in the very center that goes through all the levels. But just abuts it. There doesn't seem to really be anything there. For everyone else, that's I'm sorry, I need to change Saxel's because we can do it automatically. You again smell a lot of that animal, but you don't see any on this level.
Does there look to seem like there's another one of those like slidey paths that we can take?
Let's see.
Nice.
There appears to be a pathway not quite as steep. Where are you? Aries there. All right, so Rhea, as you turn back to look at Ari, who starts, what? She's not talking to you. She's talking to the thing in her,
Remember, we're being stealthy today.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you kind of look up from her, and in that southeastern part, just below where the steps came down, you see that seems to continue and hook around and down slightly.
Okay. I'm gonna point to the ladies that I'm still with and point down that direction.
Can I make a side note?
Yep.
That if anything hits my web while we're gone, I
Mhm.
automatically know. I think
Yes.
as an ability, though.
Well, I think you have to be on it. Like, as long as you're
Oh,
on it,
it's
you can.
contact with the web.
Mhm.
Never mind.
But still, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. You can make a
I was
super
like, man.
huge web.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just keep webbing your
I was
way
like,
there.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep webbing while we're going down.
Yeah.
I see this thing coming on my
Can
butt.
she just have one strand of the web attached from just
I mean, technically.
still attached from her as she goes?
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Awesome. All right, so if you head down, I'm sorry, were you heading? Or are you just pointing everyone there, Rhea? Right?
I was trying to show them that that's the direction I was going to go, and then I'll head down that way.
Okay.
I'm following.
Yep, not
Giant-
seeing anything this way. I'll come back around.
Okay. Giant spider Thaxel. Oh, this again. Everybody. You gotta get upstairs, though, Bella. Thank you. You too.
No, it's tearing my heart.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oops. Stop spinning her. There we go. Alright, so we've got Dina down here now as well. Aries reluctantly followed the giant spider. And Ray, I think that's everybody. Everybody. Okay. This over. All right. So as you enter this area, this is here. You know what? I just need to check. Nope, no. Okay. Oh, I don't have my dice. I keep going like, oh, they're not there.
Oh no, he's rolling dice. That's not a good thing.
Hey.
That was like.
You hear
D20s.
again the rushing sound of water for those of you that went down the pathway. It hooked back around, came down to this lowest level. You see before you a number of these nests. You don't see any creatures with them. The smell's a little more potent. There are you can't really see into the nest from here because they're so stacked with hay and stuff. You don't see anything sitting atop them, but you catch at least 4 nests here. And who's furthest out here? Rhea. So Rhea, you look down. That line there is basically a ledge that looks down about 15 or 20 feet down to a lower section, and you see another at least 3 nests down in that area.
Oh, okay. I will point all the nests out to everybody. Nest.
Can you mark? Can you put like a little X, or I don't know if it's possible to ping on this map where these nests are again, please?
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yeah, that would be great.
Let's see. Enter drawing mode. Here we go, guys. Bear with me.
Just, I mean, an X to mark the spot is not. Just so I have an idea.
I meant to do. Erase it already. All right, clear drawing. All right, so you see one here. Here.
Oh, jeez.
Please.
Oh shit.
Do we see any eggs?
that was conveniently timed.
I know.
So
Yeah.
I see one circle. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Nice.
My apologies.
You probably have to take a closer look. You don't see anything sitting atop, but possibly in this because it's like a 2-foot thing of hay and such.
I move to this nest and look in to see if I see any eggs.
Okay.
I will go to the side and do it carefully, like as sneakily and quietly as I can.
Yep.
Okay.
Same. Very careful, trying to look for eggs.
Again, reluctantly following up behind the giant spider. Make an investigation check, both Rhea and Dina, if you would, please. And Falcon and Demalagus, after seeing that, what do you guys want to do?
Like, can our characters see that path that's behind the waterfall?
No. You just see this stone pathway go into the waterfall, splashing on it and around it.
I'm gonna go on the pathway because I'm gonna be a stupid person.
Nice. Okay, you land down on the pathway
and walk through the waterfall.
Okay.
And probably brace myself so that I don't get like washed off.
Yeah. Make a strength saving throw.
And you get washed off and drown.
Well, at least he knows Bay.
7.
Nice. All right, you get about you walk through the first 5 feet, and this is freezing cold water. It shocks you a bit, and the sheer pressure of it, all these gallons of water pouring down on your head, is much more than you were expecting. You push through just a few more feet before you see your feet slide out from underneath you, and you're knocked off the side of this walkway and down into the water. Boom, boom, boom. About 10 feet under the water before you're able to back up to the top of the water. You're sort of treading water now. Round about here near the side of the cave.
Does it look like I could like dive underwater so that I could like get past the waterfall and like
you can try if you want.
Sure, what would I do for that?
It'll be so your movement speed is halved when swimming, and it's going to be halved again because of the waterfall. Turbulence pushing you down. So you would move essentially, what have you got, 25 feet? 25 feet. So you'd have like 12, which would essentially be 15, halves, 25, so you'd have 10. You can move 2 squares in that direction this turn.
Okay. 1, 2, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And make a Constitution saving throw as you're doing it, because it's difficult to, hold your breath and push through in this area with all the force of this water pushing you around.
9.
Okay. The cold of the water constricts your chest and makes it a little bit harder to hold breath. All this water pushing you down as you're trying to swim straight ahead, you keep getting pushed down and down and down. You're still holding your breath, but you feel it basically how long you can hold your breath has been halved with all that's going on. But you're moving in that direction. Very difficult to see because everything's aerated. All the water's aerated with all the air coming down from the waterfall.
Okay.
But you're making progress. Okay, and Demalagus, is there anything? What did you want to do from here?
Demalagus would be keeping an eye on the party.
Okay.
And keeping an eye on anything moving, just looking around for when we get attacked, basically.
And for the wet bird.
I'm fully expecting it.
Yeah.
I remember those intellect devourers. I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay, so you're keeping an eye out. You can't quite see the rest of the party from where you're at because that's a little bit. They're just around the corner there. That cave sort of blocks line of sight, but make a perception check, Demalagus, just to see like if you've heard them. It's kind of, aside from the roar of the waterfall, there isn't much noise down here, so it's not going to be a really high DC. Okay, but unfortunately, the roar of the waterfall is just, you're waiting for them to come down. You just haven't heard them yet. All right, well, let's see. Dina, you're looking through this first one that you're at, just pulling the straw out, and you don't see any eggs in this one. Very, again, potent smell from the nest itself, but unfortunately no eggs in this one.
I will move to the next nest and keep going.
Okay.
And
Rhea,
Dan,
yeah.
I wanted to use my because I didn't roll very well either. I wanted to use my inspiration.
Ooh, go for it.
Yes.
What is it? A D what?
D6 currently.
D6?
Wait, you're level
D6.
4. Yes, a D6.
Okay. Oh, it
come
did
on!
nothing
It's
to
like,
help me.
yeah.
Oh.
Actually, no, that helped. 11 to 12.
Okay.
You hit 12, so you're looking through and you feel sort of defeated, like there's nothing in this until you grab a portion of hay towards the back. It was really matted. Like you were going to do that last. It looks extra gross. And as you pull it aside, there is, in fact, at the very top of an egg, almost buried, like they burrowed a section in the nest and had the egg in there to keep it warm.
Okay.
You look at it, and it does look very much like the egg in the sketches.
Would it fit into my little special bag thing that I've got?
Yes, it would.
Okay. I'm going to slip it in. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I have anything. Yeah, I'll just slip it in there as carefully as I can.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you pull that out quietly into the bag. Just need to look something up, see how this works. I need to do a roll. Go ahead and do a fresh investigation, though, Dina, while you're in this other nest, if you would. And are you
Alrighty.
checking the next nest, Ray, or are you what would
that's
you like
fine.
to
I was going to, yeah. Whenever I was done with this one.
Okay. All right. So you can go ahead and do an investigation as well, Rhea. Dina, you look through this one and you spot pretty early on in the back an egg. In fact, you see what looks like 2 eggs, but as you uncover them, the first one you uncover cracked and just the goop inside poured out everywhere. The second one, however, you very carefully take this one out. This one seems to be intact.
All right, I've got one. I look
have-
over at Rhea.
I have one and maybe another.
We only need 2, so if we've each got one, we're done.
Well, it couldn't hurt to have 3.
Let's go.
You say that, you're talking to her and you kind of look down at the egg in your hand and then look back up and say, let's go, as you see what appears to it looks like a flying manta ray silently flying right down off of the ceiling in this area, right behind and above Rhea.
Do I have time to do a spell? Get a spell off?
Unfortunately not, because it beat everybody's passive perception.
I cannot be surprised, by the way.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Love that alert feat.
Woohoo!
Alright, and I have, let me get a proper, got a thing for this. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, I do. Good.
Or I guess, does that still count if I'm a spider? Like my feet still carry over?
I think
Yes.
so, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Wait, maybe.
You just can't cast any spells right now.
Right. That's fine.
Slides down and attempts to
was just
attack
talking
poor
to-
Rhea.
But I did not give them the Steam ID.
What? I'm not doing anything.
Oh, it hits. Okay. So this is a little bit interesting. It deals a little bit of damage. Ray, you're just looking like, yeah, okay. As Dina says, let's do this. You're like, yeah. You get your egg in your pouch, you're excited, and then everything just goes black. As Dina and, Thaxel in spider form and Ares see this creature opens its mouth and right down over her head and into her shoulders, bites in like this across your, the lower part of your, if your head were a bust, right across.
Oh, no.
Effectively blinding you currently.
I don't like it.
This one's interesting.
So is
Get
it
it
like
off, get it
leeching
off.
onto her head?
Yeah, it's now
Essentially.
essentially upright, like a stingray that's upright, tail lapping around in the air, mouth just open way up and bit around her and is wrapped around her head.
So she's blinded because she has a cloaker on her head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's a quite comical looking thing.
Let's see. Checking something else here. You can't see a thing. There's no air in here. You can't. It's completely smothering your face. All the soft palate and tongue behind your head is just slithering around. You can't breathe at all.
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to get my clothes dry cleaned.
Nice. And I think since we're so close, that's where we'll end tonight's session. Probably a fun place to pick up
Swim
from.
across to the other side of the waterfall.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to start the session moving at half speed.
Quarter
Oh.
speed, essentially.
Oh, well, I'm not that far away, so that's
No.
okay.
But I can't hear anything, I would assume. Cause
You'll not while you're
You're busy
underwater.
drowning as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times.
Oh man.
Oh.
Well, someone will get some good boots and a nice jacket off of my.
I call the boots.
I got the cape.
Spider's Axel's already like, those boots.
I will get this thing off of you, Rhea.
Oh, thank you.
We'll take care of you. I'm a big
Yeah.
giant spider.
And then we'll take that 3rd egg. So we can.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And now we finally know what the heck we were trying to get eggs for.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a hippogriff.
No, it doesn't. I don't think I've encountered one of these before, so this is fun.
Yeah, I've never. I don't think I
Oh,
ran
I
into
don't
one of
think we have
these
any.
while
I don't think-
searching for stuff.
I think I have in the Out of the Abyss, but it's been a while. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
I think the Critical Role cast encountered one. It's
Oh, yes.
it's a cloaker.
Mhm.
Maybe. Yeah.
In that cave that was chasing them around. I think he was turned into a
Yep.
shark or something.
Yep.
Okay, that's ringing a bell now.
Yeah, these appear in the city of the Spider Queen, and it's all in the blood.
This
Like,
is
was it
just
in
a
the
denizen.
Feywild or something?
Oh, they were in the Underdark. They had gone below, like, not Cragmire. What was
Oh.
it?
Craghammer.
Thank you.
Craghammer,
Yeah.
yeah. In the
Towards
very,
the
very, very
Illithid.
beginning.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah, it was
yes,
one of the-
okay.
It was an earlier episode. It was like right around the Field of Bone and Glass.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
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 And someone
all
made
I
a cloak
remember
out of it.
was, Yes. Oh, what was his name? Cloroto or something.
Oh,
Clarota.
Clarota. Yeah.
Clorota. Yeah.
Yeah, this was on their way to the illicit city, or just as they were getting to the illicit city that they
Yeah.
ran into it.
It was so
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. That sounds familiar. Gosh, it's been forever.
I know,
I
right?
know.
That's probably a good 2 years ago. When I think about it.
Almost
No, it's been longer than that.
3 years.
Jeez. Insane. Yeah, they're fun creatures. They've got some other fun things, and oh, Raya!
That's okay.
Hashtag save Rhea
Definitely
again.
getting one of these things.
Hashtag save Raya.
Again.
Again, yes, that's just it. I mean, Dean at this point is like, God, this woman just keeps dying. How?
Why did you keep saving her?
Wait, if she's the next one that gets to death saving throws, is she going to become the Kenny?
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's just you.
There, I added you as one of the quotes. Hashtag save Raya in chat.
Yes.
So.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Raya.
You know, I could have gotten better constitution, but I wanted to be a better rogue, so I went to Dex.
Smart move. Smart.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's okay. So at least we had 2 eggs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I've got one in my special little pocket, so it's nice and safe.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
holding one, getting ready to hold on to it and do something
Badly.
nasty to this cloaker.
Whee.
So we won't find anything out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, there won't be a Cures Lament episode next week because I have work all week. And it's 24/7. There's no. I'm just there.
Oh,
I
look
was
at
living.
Randy.
Yeah, you're just there.
Yeah.
I have that day off of work.
Oh no, Randy!
No!
Oh. Well, I don't know if you'd be interested,
Well-
Randy. I was saying if someone wants to DM a one shot or do something like that, they're certainly welcome to.
Does anybody own Jackbox?
Yeah.
Here's Lament plays
No,
Jackbox.
don't.
Yeah, maybe we should do something.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
I mean, we're free.
The bubblegum,
Love to.
all out of bubblegum game.
I mean, he'll be out of town again, so there won't be the oh shit stuff going on in the background.
nice. It's funny how frequently it matches up with what's going on, though.
I know.
I love it. Yeah.
It's so perfect.
You found some eggs. Holy shit.
Oh shit! Like yes.
Oh shit, they're doing something, and it like matched up with it.
So we'll get to roll dice that since we'll be
Yes.
missing the first of the month, we'll roll dice on the next game.
Yes, correct. Yep.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, I definitely don't want
Chance
to take
redeem
that away.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat. All right. Well, thanks, chat. Thanks, players.
Thank you.
I had a blast. Yeah, I hope you guys had fun.
Yes. Always.
Woo. I will look forward to that following week. We'll have some other fun stuff, some battle, probably some fun story stuff might come up, and we'll continue the adventures. The all evil. Here's the man.
Get that dragon eventually.
Neat. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something already started in the dragon world, so I'm excited to see how that
Yeah.
goes
Mhm.
along.
So
I hope you have a great night, and there will actually be Stormfall this week because I'm not going into work until Sunday. So we'll have that for Friday in case any of y'all pop into that.
yay!
It's a big one too.
50th episode and 1 year
Wow. Wow!
Yep.
Congrats!
Nice.
Yay!
Congrats.
We made it! Yeah. It's pretty exciting.
I'll actually be at my other day.
Oh, no worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. We were thinking of having a giveaway too, because
Oh.
Steph in chat, I don't know why I can't. I'm pretty sure it's just Steph something, right? Steph Skiles Art.
Steph Skiles Art.
Yeah. She's an amazing artist, and she made this print for Stormfalls, like all the characters lined up, and like a shadow on the side she put in for me. I was like, oh, that's so great. We're gonna give that away in like poster form.
Nice.
To someone during the stream. So fun for anyone
Fun.
that likes it. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Randy. Perfect. Go check Steph's stuff out. She's awesome. Okay, I don't want to go. I don't like ending it early, but I'm like,
Get to combat. I'm good with staying up.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
You people on the West, you know.
I
It has
know.
its perks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks again for the cheers. Thanks for the wonderful chats, and thanks for the wonderful gaming experience, gang. Awesome. I love playing with y'all. So.
This is so much fun.
It is.
Yay. Hope you all have a wonderful night and week, and we'll catch you soon. Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.